Alright, what's going on, guys? Tristan here today. We're having a supposed little talk about current controversy on Riven, and basically what we're talking about is Riven overpowered? Now, a lot of people say that Riven, you know, she's OP, she's unbalanced, she sails so well into the late game, like you can get pentakills 1v5 of her, and yeah. So basically, I'm just here to say, like, I don't know. Well, reason one, I'm saying that Riven isn't overpowered, right? Alright, so Riven is an AD, tanky, assassin type character, usually played in the top lane. Now, Riven, first of all, people say Riven is a no-skill champion. Riven does take skill to play. If you give someone that's never played Riven before, Riven, they will not do well in the first game, just because you need to learn auto-attack cancelling. Otherwise, like, she'll do no damage. You need to learn things like that. But, yeah. So you need to learn these things to really be good with Riven. You give somebody Riven on the first try, like I said, they're not gonna do as well as a Riven player would take. To learn Riven, it takes a pretty long time. She can be very obviously very strong, and she can get 1v5 pentacles. But imagine the amount of time you have to put in to be able to use that kind of skill with Riven. You could put that on any champion at all, and you know, obviously they'll get pentakills. It doesn't matter if you have no damage. If you know how to play a champion and you can set it up right, you can get pentakills. Pentakills don't really mean anything. It's usually not the champion, it's your skill, which obviously, like, if you play Riven, you do need to be skillful, in my opinion, because you just can't do all about it. Now, does Riven have counterplay? In my opinion, yes, Riven does have counterplay. Early game, she fails against a lot of marksmans. Marksmans scale really well against the early game. Of course, she can get it back in the late game. She does have the most, I think the most mobility in the game. So I mean, like, she's really mobile in that. But she's so easy to kite, really. If you are far enough away and you are somebody like Jinx, who has pretty decent range, which most marksmen do anyway. Another counterplay that Riven has is during the mid game, she's not actually that strong. She's probably at her weakest mid game, because early game, like you can tower dive at level 2 if you know how to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's just knowing how to do it. Any champion is strong. Like Yasuo, he has the highest difficulty in the game according to Riot. But see right there, you hit them, then you stun them. You can get away pretty easily early game. You won't be able to do that late game because everybody's gonna be tanky. You're not gonna do as much damage. Oh, in the mid game. But yeah. So yeah. You can fight assassins because you are tanky. Usually you get the items like Black Cleaver, where you get AD because she's an AD champion, but you also get health. And yeah, I think it's just really knowledge about Riven to help her. And yeah, she also struggles a lot with slows. So say somebody like Echo, she actually lanes pretty bad against Echo, and something like Garen or Nami, where you get silences. She can't do anything when she starts, to be honest. She's just, a lot of things come from a Q and a E and a W. You need to use all the abilities in the correct way. And yeah, she has really low cooldowns, but yeah, there are current nerfs coming to Riven. They're currently on the PBE. She's not gonna have no mana anymore, or like any resource like that. She's now gonna have something called Edge. Edge is like it's kind of like Rengar's Ferocity, I suppose. If you attack a champion, this only works on champions, not minions, by the way. If you attack a champion, your edge goes up. When your edge reaches max stats, you can do different abilities that do the same amount of power. She has all of her abilities are the same. They're exactly the same, except for the R. The R second, which is the Wind Flash, it isn't execute anymore. It scales off how much edge you have. So if you have full edge, it's going to do max damage. It doesn't scale off if they have 20% health, then you kill them automatically. It's just an execution. That's not what happens anymore, which is I know it's kind of sad for Riven mains, because it's pretty cool just R'ing, and because it's so slow, the ability, you can just walk away and kill them like 12 seconds later, and it looks so cool. But yeah, so it's gonna be, I think, harder to get multi kills with her, and yeah. So like I said, in the mid game, she kind of fails a bit. Like if you get 2v1s in mid lane, like, she can't do anything, even though she can like 4v1, 5v1 late games. It's actually pretty mental what people, if you put enough time to Riven, you can actually do with her. But yeah, so the rework is coming up. And yeah, there's no visual updates, which is kind of weird. So I think Riven needs visual updates, to be honest. I think her normal skin, her base skin, just I don't know, it just doesn't look as well, like you can see. Alright, but anyway, yeah. So when I say overpowered, I think this is what overpowered is. I think overpowered means they have more power than they need. I think every champion should have as much power as they need. So say a lot of people said that Heimerdanger's OP, or Heimerdanga, you know, we're going Heimerdanger's OP. I don't think that he is, because if you think about it, his turrets do a lot of damage. If you have somebody to tank that, he can be killed very easily. He's very squishy, and yeah. Also, he has no escape. So say if you get past his turrets, he has no escape at all. Where a lot of people just think that Riven is this walking tank. She's not a tank really. You get items that are mainly AD and maybe get a bit of base mana regen with the Ravager's Hydra or the Titanic Hydra, which not a lot of people use on Riven. Nobody just uses Ravager's, which is right. But yeah. So she's not a walking tank at all. You definitely need the AD stats there, and runes and masteries do help a lot early game. So yeah, she scales well in early. You can usually dive on level 2. There's like a special combo you can do, and she scales really well into the late game. Now Riven also obviously has a lot of damage, but she also has escapes. People say she's the most mobile champion on the game because she has 4 dashes in a kit. She has her 3 Qs, which are essentially small dashes, then an E, which gives you a AD scaling. Also, the E's been nerfed in the rebirth, don't worry. An AD scaling shield that lasts for like 2 seconds, which is pretty cool. You can see it there. Yeah, so I think this works well in Riven. Like, if you think about Katarina has an E. Her E can go to anything. It can go to a ward, it can go to a friendly minion, a champion, anything. Yasuo's E, his dash only works on enemy minions or champions. It doesn't work on wards, but yeah, you kind of like dashes through them. I feel like, I don't know, maybe Riven's E could be kind of used in the same way, but it wouldn't have that shield, just wouldn't have the same effect, you know what I mean? It's not Riven. So yeah, every champion has their own kit. I think Riven's kit is perfectly balanced, to be honest. You just need to know how to use it. Like I said, you give a noob Riven. That's why, like, if Riven is one of the starting champions that you get in the game before you can buy anything. Before you level 6, you get champions. The hero die. She's actually one of them. You don't see her played a lot, but just because people don't know how to use her, they'll play one game. They won't auto attack. They'll just Q, and then they'll be like, this champion does no damage. Bleh. And yeah, so you don't really see her played, but in higher elo you should see her play, and she can stomp very, very easily, just like a lot of champions can. I really don't think that she is overpowered. I just think you really need to know how to use her. But anyway, yeah, this has been Tristan, guys. If you enjoyed the video, just like to show support. If you want to show me, if you want to say anything, just leave it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode in the future. But apart from that, guys, I'm see you later. Peace.